Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Level Up Podcast.
Hey, what's up? Good afternoon. Happy Thursday, y'all.
And this week it's episode 24.
Wow, 24. Yeah.
I know, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that is incredible. Yeah, it's been a bit, but yeah, it's been a great experience. Been a good learning experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then next week, just little PSA on the side, we're doing our Christmas special. It's going to be short. We're just going to basically talk about Christmas, what it means to you, how's it changed since you were a kid. You know, do you still get as excited about Christmas, or is it just another sort of purchasing opportunity for a holiday? So, yeah, we're just going to basically talk about Christmas and the holidays. Yeah. So this will be the last of, I think, of our heavy content the episodes for 2025, and then looking forward to 2026, where we ramp it back up again and try to crack the code on, how to really get moving.
So this week's episode is
exciting.
Exciting, as Huey mentioned. It's the 90-day shift, how personal change creates global impact.
Yeah. The whole idea basically is that if you embark on any journey of, self-improvement, of, education, even love, I imagine, falls into this. If you basically dedicate 90 days to, forging ahead in that particular, choice of endeavor, within 90 days, it can become habit. Anything.
Yeah, exactly. Right? You just got to put the time and energy into it.
Yeah, and dedicate yourself, and you could chart a whole new course for your life. So we thought it's fitting just before the 2026 end of this year that we basically discuss how you could affect change, and I think right now a lot of people need it.
Exactly, and a lot of people will be thinking about, for those that do, New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. So maybe this is something that I want to
lead with,
incorporate.
Yeah. Okay.
So today we're going to ask, if you truly had the power to change yourself and create a ripple effect, that touches the world, what would you do? What would the next 90 days look like? So let's dig in and check it out. So the first question is, if you could redirect your life in just 90 days, what's the very first habit that you would commit to?
Okay. You want to start with that one?
Well, I think the first habit that you'd want to commit to, or I would want to commit to, is just being disciplined and consistent with it.
Yeah, but you already have that.
I know, but...
No, we're talking from a personal perspective. We can't speak for others, right?
Okay.
So for yourself, like this basically, I think is something personal to everyone. Do you want me to start?
Well, if we're going to just talk about ourselves, then I think the biggest thing I need to work on, which seems kind of weird, is coming up with a regular sleep habit. So that's something I'm trying to work on to be more consistent with.
Okay. Big goals.
Yeah,
well, okay.
Well, that was the quick thing off the top of my head.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll delve in. I mean, so basically the whole idea behind this particular episode is that there's so much change going on in the world right now. And, a few episodes back, we talked about not asking for permission anymore, just to basically decide, what do you want your life to look like in 5 years?
Yeah.
What do you want your life to look like in 10 years? Right? And so we can all put a picture together. I mean, they call them vision boards. I mean, dare to dream. So in essence, basically, you have absolute power over where you're going to end up. But you literally cannot decide to go out and party every night, but expect to be at the head of your own corporation that you've worked at for the past 5 years. Like, that is just not going to happen. And really, that's what it's all about. What do you want? Where do you want to end up 5-10 years from now? There's a wonderful quote that said, 5 years from now, make sure you're living the life you chose, not the life you settled for.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And so what it means basically is that at any given point, you can actually figure out. I mean, it's as simple as going to ask Chat GPT. Chat, listen, this is where I want to end up in 5 years. This is what I'm currently doing now, right? These 10 things are my behavior now. How do I have to change in order to get to this particular destination? And Chat will basically give you 10 changes, and you stick to them. You simply apply them.
Yeah.
Right? And it's weird to me. And the reason, I mean, this is almost like I don't want to be preachy because I hate when people preach to me.
Yeah.
But for me, basically, it's like, those times when you get people who are super unhappy about their existence and what they're dealing with, what they're going through, yet they're not taking any steps to make it better. That's what this is. You have the power, right? Yeah. You shouldn't, I don't think you should ever complain about anything. No. I think you should just basically be charting a different course if you're not happy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the people who hate their jobs yet continue day in, day out, year in, year out, decade in, and it's like you still hate your job.
Tree. You can move.
But they'll tell you, I hate my job, but they will not do anything about it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think you and I are fortunate in that regard that that's not an issue for either one of us.
For you and I think the fear of failure was less than the fear of standing still. And it's like I tried. Do you remember? I tried. Yeah. I worked for, and I'm a pretty good employee. I mean, accountable,
you
everything.
Up,
yeah,
you were always productive.
So I told the line, but it just didn't. It wasn't a fit.
Yeah,
it made no sense to me.
Exactly.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, basically, I'm fulfilling someone else's life goal. That's what a job is. It's just like I'm basically making sure that your life is better than mine on every level.
Yeah.
But if I'm smart enough to help you do it, I'm probably smart enough to do it for myself, right?
Very true.
Yeah. Okay, next question.
Okay, so once again, none of these questions were...
We haven't seen any of this. This is all totally
sometimes
new.
They don't apply.
Yeah.
So let's see what question 2 has to say. What micro habit would have the biggest ripple effect on your health, mindset, and productivity?
Okay, so I'm guessing basically this is something that we could offer up because there's no right way of answering these questions. No. So I'm going to say the best micro habit that I can't speak for you, but for me, that I found in 2025 was the Badouan Jin exercises.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
Yeah. I'll admit, about 2 months ago, I was a bit sick, right? Yeah. And so I was kind of like, well, maybe I'll skip a couple of days, and a couple of days turned into almost a week, and I felt it. And since then, I've never skipped a day. And it's literally 7 to 10 minutes of your day that changes your mood.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best thing I've ever found. I wish I found this, in my 20s or something because...
Years ago.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. It's a life changer. Badouan Jin. Yeah. We're going to do a podcast on that in January. We'll wear our exercise clothes. We're not actually probably... Well, we could do a couple of them in the sitting down to show people, but I think it's a worthwhile episode. I think everyone should know.
Idea.
Everyone needs to know about Badouan.
I didn't know anything about it until you shared the video with me, and then I was like, okay, I'll start doing it. And then I had to write down the 7 exercises on a piece of paper, and I wrote the date, and I think it was August 13th.
Oh, was it? Yeah, that's when
I'll have to check at home, but that's when I wrote it down on the piece of paper, and I've always done it every day.
Yeah, you're consistent morning and night.
No, just morning.
Oh, just morning?
Yeah. I do it when I get up.
Okay.
I don't do it at night.
You know what I regret? Not having it during COVID.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better.
That would have been, oh wow. I wish we knew about this during COVID.
But you and I now know about it.
Yeah, so better late than never.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that Badouan Jin, guys, check it out. Google it. Chat GPT it, and go to what is that? Whatisglutathione.com. That's one of our sites. Go check it out. It incorporates Badouan Jin. It's a life changer.
Yeah,
and a life extender.
So I think one of the best micro habits that I picked up that I've been doing it for years now, is the Immunical every
Yeah.
day as well.
The combination of those two things. Yeah. That's why we look so good, y'all.
So I think that's
just
important.
be modest. Yeah.
And I've started revisiting doing more meditation. So,
and reading. You've been reading.
Yeah,
lately.
which is something I used to do a ton of, and then I just didn't have time. And then I'm like, you know what? Am I ever going to have time to read? So then I just started picking up a book and reading a chapter.
But you know what they say, though? Basically, they say if you read 10 pages a day, that turns into like some kind of crazy amount of books per year.
Yeah.
So you don't need to gobble the whole book. I mean, if you have the time.
Sure.
But if you just read 10 pages a day, you're getting your read on.
Yeah.
You're getting your read on.
I do that in the evening now.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's
all right.
just our little
hacks. Little hacks.
Yeah. And question 3. Which limiting belief about yourself must be upgraded for real transformation to happen?
Okay, I'm gonna jump in with this one.
Okay.
This doesn't apply to either you or I, but I think from what I've seen and what I've learned to see, I think a lot of people sort of, are starting to realize that there is no, there's no guarantee. Like, I think a lot of people really thought for so many years before that if you sort of follow the status quo, you go to school, you graduate, you get a good job, and you're going to be able to afford a certain, like, your life is just going to work out.
Yeah, not really the case anymore.
No, I don't think that's a realistic path to take anymore.
Yeah. So now everybody has to be more hustling and more motivated and driven for themselves.
I think you have to go and figure it out for yourself.
Because you don't have the option. A lot of places, we're in Canada.
Yeah.
Anyway, the economy's not great, and I know it's not great globally either.
It's a global shift.
But like there has been a lot of layoffs and stuff like that going on in all different industries up here.
Yeah.
So like you don't really have a safety net. You got to just figure it out.
Yeah, but I mean, the reality, and you and I had this discussion, I think, a few days ago, last week sometime, and the reality is you're still going to have to pay your mortgage. You're still going to have to pay your food. You're still going to have to, send your kids to school. You're still going to have to feed yourself.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
Except for how you're going to
accomplish it. Like, it will work itself out. It's going to resolve itself.
Yeah.
Right? As a culture, as a species, we adaptability is our number one character trait, but you're going to have to take the initiative. Like, I think the system before was everything was done for you. Everything was laid out for you. You had an institution literally to accommodate any need you had or anything you were trying to figure out. Call this agency, call this body, go here, go see this doctor. Not so much today. Today you actually have to go out and do the research, find out exactly what your particular, need is and how best to address your reality, because unfortunately, and I had this discussion, with you a while back, a lot of what the care, the fundamentals for which, a lot of these like doctors and lawyers and, therapists, back when you had a therapist 20, 30 years ago, they actually cared about your well-being. Not saying the ones don't now, but you're more of a number.
Yeah.
Right? You're more of a, okay, next. Right? You're compartmentalized a bit more. You used to have compassion. Now you have basically, okay, let's bandage you up so you could basically be okay to carry on in a system that's not necessarily working for you. So with that said, you know what you need, right? You have to be that. I think you're your best advocate now, right? If if something doesn't make sense, or if you're getting professional opinion that doesn't, you don't think it resonates with you or is going to help, you have to stop it. You have to question it.
Yeah.
There's no more
or
just
go get a second
or
opinion.
go get a third or fourth or fifth opinion.
Yeah.
Right? It's time for us to take control of our lives. Like, we have to be more accountable. We can't just say, oh, yeah, I went to see this person. This is what they said. Okay, this is what I'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that that's realistic anymore.
No.
I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of good answers out there, but not every single good answer is for you as an individual.
Yeah. Very true.
Okay, next question.
Okay, so how would you redesign your environment to support your 90-day transformation?
Oh, I wouldn't change a thing. That's the key about a 90-day transformation, is first you have to do it in your mind.
True.
You literally have to do it in your mind. You could change your environment, but if you change your environment, the same insecurities, the same, like, everything is going to still be, like, your situation, if it doesn't happen in your mind first, doesn't matter if you change your location, you're going to look exactly the same in 6 months. Because it's the same thing with the people who win the lottery and they're broke after a year.
Yeah.
It's because they haven't changed their mindset.
Yeah. Because they were like, oh, I never had this money.
I never had this money before. So they spend it like it's nothing. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything. They didn't earn it, so they burn it. And they end up where they were before with the same insecurities, the same hunger, the same desperation. And it's the same with anything. It's the same with, it's like these people basically who will meet a new person in a relationship, yet blame them for what their past relationship did.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense here.
Because this is a new person. They haven't done anything.
They haven't done anything, but you're behaving as if they will.
Yeah.
Thus, self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to be aware and see what that person is bringing to you and stuff, but independent of history.
Yeah, well,
right? Because who knows, like, that person's probably not like that other person.
No, well, you haven't given them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
and it's because you haven't given yourself the benefit of the doubt. You're still living in, like, at the end of the day as well, we have to remember something. Even in relationships, work relationships, professional relationships, it takes two to tango. So if you keep getting negative outcomes, you've got to ask yourself first, is there anything I'm doing that I could correct? And then if it's like, okay, no, it's not me, it's them, then you have to basically uproot and change environments. Right? True. But if you know in your heart of hearts that you are equally culpable of whatever is going wrong in your life, you got to address that first.
Yeah. Exactly.
And why I wouldn't, like, the best sort of way I think of growth is grow where you are, and then see who keeps watering you.
Yeah, true.
See who keeps watering you. And if when you're growing, no one around you is watering you, then you're in the wrong environment. But if you just leave, you'll never know.
Yeah, because then you have to start all over.
Then you have to start all over again, and then
people have all that dynamic.
Well, people have to get to know you, and who are they getting to know? Yeah, if you made it.
Maybe you don't know exactly.
Maybe you don't know exactly who you're going to be, because maybe you haven't made a decision to become that person yet. So if you're this person, your old people didn't water you for whatever reason. Was it you or was it them? Find that out first. So when you do decide to, if you're going to relocate and sort of get watered someplace else, know that you've sort of worked through that stuff. Otherwise, it's just going to follow you around, and you might as well stay where you are. Better the devil you know, right? Or better the devil that knows you.
True. Yeah, and I think the only thing you can do for your environment is try to make it so you can focus on your 90 days or 60 or 6 month challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, scale back on things that are maybe not helping you achieve those transformations that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like maybe too much negative news or too much social media or whatever it might be for you, and just focus and hone in on what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, the thing is that, I don't want to oversimplify it, because life is difficult, especially if you have children, especially if you have a mortgage, especially if you're being weighed down by debt. I mean, life is hard. Let's put that out there. However, right, if you do certain things in order to make yourself more resilient and more true, life becomes easier.
Yeah.
Right? Life rewards those who basically take responsibility and accountability. It's when you don't take accountability and responsibility for your life and you're running away from stuff, that's when life becomes real hard. It's like court. You show up in court, you got a chance.
Yeah.
You don't show up in court, from what I understand, you get a bench warrant. Big problem.
Yeah.
Life is big, huge problem. Right? So show up for yourself. If you just show up and you deal with it.
Actually, that's probably the best habit for somebody to do. Show up for themselves.
Show up for yourself.
Just like you would show up for a good friend or a family member. Do it for yourself.
Do it for you. People do not show up for themselves enough.
Yeah.
Especially
they don't put it in the forefront.
No, they just say, I'd rather not deal with it.
Or they'll show up for everybody else except for themselves.
Yeah, and then that's called basically and it becomes a mountain out of a molehill. Something that could have been just addressed if you just showed up. You know, because people aren't innately mean. No one wants to see us suffer.
No.
So it's like, well, I'm here. Well, what could we do to fix this? For the most part. Reasonable people do that.
Yeah.
And then you fix it and you make a commitment to get it fixed, and that's how you grow. Right? You got to grow with you first.
True. Okay. Question 5. How could your personal transformation positively influence the people in your life?
Well, this
I think we've already
discussed it. I mean, I'll just add basically that, you know, if you're showing up for yourself and others aren't showing up for you, it's going to be a problem for you. And then you're going to correct that yourself. You know, because if I start showing up for myself when I didn't before, and I see people basically not showing up for me, then they're not towing the line for where I want to get to. And then I have to make the decision, well, is this person worth keeping around?
Yeah, true.
You know, and that's because, you know, I mean, unfortunately, you are an extension of the 5 closest people in your circle. And if they're just partiers, and if they're just obnoxious, and if they don't care, and if they don't build you up, but they pull you down, that's where you're going to be. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's not a nice thing to think about, but it's reality. Right?
Yeah, and then you might be at a different level than somebody else once you grow, right?
Yeah.
So then you either have to figure out a way to navigate that relationship, or you end up having to sort of part ways.
Yeah, but you know what?
Well,
it's a responsibility. It's not high school. Like in high school, you take what you get, right? Because it's high school. Yeah. And, you know, who really cares? You're not going to be there forever. But when you start basically being out on your own and you've got to pay your rent and you've got to support your kids, you cannot, it's not high school anymore. No. Right? It's like, this doesn't work. Okay.
Okay. So the next question is, what habit could you adopt that would meaningfully improve your community or immediate world?
So I'm going to answer this.
Okay.
I think the best way to actually contribute back is by either doing a podcast or writing a blog or doing a book, doing something some sort of social commentary that benefits people who are in your situation or people who might be interested in a particular subject.
Yeah, because maybe you might give them that idea or that spark that could help them get out of their situation or do something differently so that they can change their position.
Well, you know, I mean, the thing is to go back to one of the posts we went, or one of the episodes we did, and, you know, everybody is somebody.
Yeah.
You know,
everybody has something amazing to
contribute. And that's the problem when we don't feel we're somebody, and when we don't feel that we you know, have something that could basically, you know, touch someone else or influence someone else in a positive way, the world misses out. Yeah. We need more leaders. We need more people to basically go out there and basically try to make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, the world needs more of that.
Definitely needs more of that. And so basically, if you have always felt that there's more, and you know, the life gives you evidence. You can sort of look at your life. You can look at the trajectory you've been on. You can look at how things work out for you. You know, if you can basically benefit others just in how, you know, your life is working. Maybe you have the secret sauce that somebody else needs, right? but give it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, contribute anyway. You know, do more to become more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the only way you become
and
more.
Share it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, last question.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody started their own 90-day shift, what kind of world do you imagine we could create? So.
Well, you know, I mean, here's the thing, right? The world as we know it right now is really pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? It's pretty good. Literally you can do anything you want, and you could basically find capital, you could build whatever you want.
Yeah, it's very easy to start a business up these days.
Yeah.
A business venture.
Yeah. So I think the problem that most people are having is that they're holding on to the status quo. I think you still have people waiting for things to go back to the way they were before COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
It's been years now. So it's not happening.
It's not happening.
I mean, I think everybody wished it would, but
yeah.
If you look at it, it's 2025 now, and it's not going. It hasn't gone back.
Well, you have people.
Odds are it's not going back.
You have people basically flooding universities and colleges, basically looking for degrees to come out and get jobs.
But
in industries which are basically being shrunk by AI.
Yeah. There's so many changes going on out there that I guess everybody needs to start thinking about that and what they can do to help themselves.
It's a different system. It's a different world.
Yeah.
A different world is being created before our eyes, and if you don't go out there and actually start creating opportunities for yourself, you're going to get left behind. It's going to be a really ugly picture.
Yeah.
Because no one is, there's people out there who are basically building wonderful organizations and wonderful companies, wonderful apps, and wonderful opportunities, but they're doing it for people who understand the future of tech and how different markets work. And if you're not doing any of that, you're gonna miss this whole. I mean, I saw an analogy. Basically, they said what's going on with AI has not gone on since the what was it? It wasn't the electrical revolution. Yeah, since the invention. No, but since the invention of the light bulb and electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah, since the invention of the light bulb and electricity, that the world has not seen change like that, because it changed everything.
And it's like big change. Like
huge.
It's not just like a little small gradual changes. It's just like bam.
It's huge.
And you're like, oh yeah, I better figure this out.
It's changing everything. And so we're not going to go back.
No,
not that we have this power.
Yeah. And and it's just the industries will not be supporting the same jobs that they did before.
They can't. They cannot. Everything's built on a platform, which is based on AI.
So everybody has to change.
Yeah. So that's the hardest part I see, is that people just basically trying to figure out that, that there's not going to be that many bricks and mortar opportunities, that most things are going to advance to, a level of tech that you in order to basically be, a part of it, you have to upgrade. You have to basically, level up your operating system. Otherwise, the old way is done.
Yeah.
The old way of doing things is done.
You gotta find a new way.
You gotta find a new way. Yeah. So, that's my opinion.
That's Well, I know you do all types of research on AI, so I know you're up to date on everything like that. So.
Yeah, for sure. That's my stuff.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's hard to keep up with all of it.
Yeah, but we try.
Yeah. Do the best you can. Okay, so I think that pretty much wraps up episode 24.
For 2025. That was good. Yeah, we're done. Peace out.
And thanks again for listening to us.
Yeah, thanks for listening to us ramble on, especially me. Dee doesn't ramble. I ramble.
And then hopefully you might share it with somebody if you feel inspired.
Yeah.
Or learn something new.
Yeah.
And we hope that you maybe think about your own 90-day journey to see where it might take you.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Until next week, the Christmas edition, as Huey mentioned,
Yep.
will be next week 100%.
Yeah, don't miss it.
Okay, take care. Have a good week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.